Hi everyone, okay, so what I'm going to be making tonight is just fajitas. This is something that I just tend to go for if it's like a quick kind of thing, I'm off somewhere, or you know, I'm just feeling like having fajitas. So what I tend to put in my vegan fajitas is I take some peppers, so I'm going to be putting in some peppers. I've just got like quite a big green one here and a smaller red one. I also chop up some red onion. This is just half that I've got left from last time I did some cooking, so I'm going to use that. Any kind of veg, to be honest, I just chuck in. So I've got some mushrooms in here, and I've also got a handful of green beans that I'm going to use too. So what I do first is I get my skillet on my hob. Okay, so I heat it up to like a low to medium heat. Let's just pop the light on. That's changed the whole light of the video. So I pop it onto like a light to medium heat, and I also go in with some infused olive oil. This is the garlic infused olive oil, and it's by the deli. It's really good, this, if you want like a garlicky flavour, obviously. So I'm just gonna pop in like a tablespoon amount into the pan. Pop this back in the cupboard. Okay, and whilst that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and chop my veg. So I like to chop my peppers like long ways so that they're like curved in your fajitas, but obviously you chop them however way you want. So I'm just taking quite a sharp knife, obviously, chopping down there, down here, and then obviously you know how to chop a pepper. Also, never forget to like get all the edges off here, because honestly, don't just chop that because there's loads on it. I used to do that, and my mum called me one day, she was like, what are you doing? I was like, chucking it, you don't use the lid. And she was like, oh my gosh, I should do this sort of stuff really. So yeah. And then usually, if I'm being organised, I grab some kitchen roll and I just pop it down and put all my chopped bits of veg on the kitchen roll, and then at the end, you can just scoop it all up and pop it in the bin rather than faffing around with trying to pick up loads of bits of veg. So I'm going to go ahead, chop those peppers, chop up some mushrooms, chop my red onion and everything, and I'll get back to you. With my beans as well, by the way, I just chop these in half just because like that's quite a lot to get in your mouth. So I just take these and chop them straight down the middle and chop them in half. And also don't forget to chop the knobbly bits off the end of your green beans. Also guys, I don't know how I almost forgot this, but I always put some chilli in there. Now, if I had it my way, I'd have the full chilli in here, but my boyfriend's not the biggest fan of loads of spicy food. So I just tend to put about a third of a chilli in with all the seeds. I just really like the way that it makes everything taste, but obviously everybody isn't a fan of chilli, so I'm just gonna chop that. So I chop that like in a cross section of circles. And then I also chop them up into smaller pieces so that you get more of them throughout the fajitas. I'm running out of space on my chopping board because there's so much veg everywhere with it. Okay guys, so just to give you a bit of an idea, that's what my chopping board's looking like now. So you've obviously got the green and the red peppers, the green beans, the red onion, the red onion, you've also got your mushrooms here, and then you've got your red chilli chopped up. Okay guys, also I've just realised I've not actually given you a list of stuff that you're actually going to need. Sorry, I've never done one of these before. So what you're going to need is, well, to make my fajitas anyway, I use as much veg as I can just because I like it to be quite, you know, good for you, nutritional, and also it gives it more taste. So here you've probably got your 5 a day. You've got peppers, green beans, onions I think count towards 5 a day. You've got your mushrooms, so you've got 4 a day. And then I also go in with some black beans. These are just some avocado black beans. I drain these in a colander, so I'm going to do those in a second. And then I also go in with a tin of chunky chopped tomatoes. And then just to beef them up, I go in with some Uncle Ben's rice. This is just the golden veg rice. So I'm going to pop all those in the pan, and eventually that'll all go together. Also for the seasoning, this isn't totally from scratch because I do get a little bit of help. This is the Old El Paso seasoning mix for fajitas. It's a smoky barbecue one and it's mild. So this makes your fajitas taste amazing. So what I do is, next what I'm going to do is chop chuck all my veg in here and just let it start to fry away. And then I'm going to start draining my beans and then I'm going to put it all together. I hope you guys can still hear me over the crackling of that, but then I'm just going to go in with a spatula and just start to split all that up. Also, don't be put off by the fact that this looks like the pan is full of veg, because it will reduce down. Like, as soon as it starts cooking, it will start to shrink up because there's a lot of water in them, obviously. So just leave them to cook away for a little bit. Also, learnt this on this morning. This hole in the pan, put your spatula in it. Mind blowing. Anyway, so now I'm going to take this opportunity just to bin some stuff so that we're not working in a messy workspace. So put that in there. Also, if I've got anything left, I just clean the film it and pop it back in the fridge so you can use it at another time. Okay guys, so once your veggies are starting to look like they've cooked a bit better and they're starting to, you know, go a bit brown, go a bit golden, that's when I start to, well, first of all, I'll pop in some garlic. Obviously, you can just get a normal clove of garlic and get a garlic mincer, but I've got this very lazy chopped garlic, and it's honestly, it's just so easy. You literally just grab a teaspoon and pop it straight in, and it doesn't give you any hassle. So I'm just gonna get some of that, pop some garlic in. Not too much, because obviously I've done the garlic oil already, but I do love a bit of garlic, so I put this in. Oh, I love garlic, oh my god. And then obviously just give this a stir, make sure that it's getting dispersed throughout all of the veggies. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is pop the tomatoes in. Oh, these only 5 a day, so this whole meal has 5 a day in it. So these are just Sweet Harvest chunky chopped tomatoes in rich tomato sauce. So I'm just going to pop this on the worktop, pull the ring pull, if I'm strong enough, honestly, I'm so weak, there we go. Pull it back, and then just pop this straight in there. I just pop this in so we've got a bit of like a sauce to go with it, kind of like salsa. And then what I'll do is go to the tap, put a tiny bit in, swirl it round and just make sure that you've used it all. Okay, and then obviously I'm just going to start stirring that throughout the veggies, making sure that's everywhere. And then that can be cooking away then, and the actual sauce will start to form. Obviously, something that I completely forgot to mention, you're going to need fajitas. So the ones I use are the Village Bakery 8 Super Soft Wholemeal Wraps. Just use these for the fajitas, and then obviously at the end you can pop loads of them in. Honestly, when it comes to fajitas, I can eat so much. Well, when it comes to anything, I can eat so much. And I'm doing this on quite a high heat at the moment just because I want it on a high heat and it wants everything to cook quite quickly. So I've got this hob goes up to, well, it does like 1 dot, 2 dots. So I've got it on 7 dot at the moment, so it's quite high, and it's just obviously sizzling away. So once that starts to look like it's been cooking for a little bit and they're getting even more cooked, then I'll go in and add the actual seasoning on top. Okay, so once those are sizzling away, before I add the Old El Paso mix, I'm going to go in and add the black beans that we drained before. So these are just sat in the colander, they nearly went flying in the pan. So I'm just going to pop these into there. I like adding beans into it, it gives it kind of a chilli feel, to be honest, and I like chilli in wraps anyway, but obviously with it being vegan and there's obviously no meat in it or anything like that, you kind of want something just to beef it up a little bit. The mushrooms help with that as well, but also black beans taste so good, so I just pop those in here because why not? Honestly, my fajita mix is so full, but I just love that because who doesn't love having loads of food? I mean, come on. So once I've popped the beans in, I'll leave them for about 3 or 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and then I'll pop the seasoning in last. So the good thing about your Uncle Ben's rice is this takes 2 minutes in the microwave, so literally you can just pop this in as your last thing, 2 minutes, and then I pop it in the pan and just mix it all together, and that just makes it amazing. So I'm going to pop this in later, so I'll come back to you guys when this has cooked down a little bit more, and then we're getting to the stage of adding these to it. Okay guys, so this has been cooking away for a little bit, it's bubbling away and everything's starting to look like it's cooked a lot more. So now I'm just going to go in with the Old El Paso seasoning mix. So you just tear that off and then just sprinkle this. So I like to sprinkle a bit, stop, stir, so that you're not adding it to the same veg all the time, because then obviously bits will get missed. So, oh my god, it smells so good. It smells like barbecue Pringles. Basically, that is exactly what it smells like. So I keep sprinkling that until all of it's gone, obviously. Like so. Honestly, there's loads in this packet, oh my god. And then also, in addition to the seasoning, I'm just gonna pop a bit of salt and pepper in just to season it as you usually would any food, to be honest. I can't find the rock salt at the minute for some reason, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of table salt. I'm just gonna give it a little sprinkle. And then also just some black pepper. This is making me hungry now. I love this so much, this food. Okay, so now the last step is just the Uncle Ben's rice. So I'm just using the golden veg rice. Also, what's nice with this is the Mexican rice. I've not got any of that in at the moment, but that's really nice. It's got like bits of sweet corn and everything like that in it. So I'm just gonna pop some of this in. You literally just tear the top off the pouch, pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then it's done, and then I just mix it into here, and then that is literally it. Okay guys, so this is literally one of the final steps. So I just pop my rice into the pan, spread it around a bit. And then stir it in with everything just so it gets a good coating of the sauce. And then that is literally it. So thank you so much for watching me make this. All I'm gonna do is pop this in some wraps now and eat my tea because I'm absolutely starving. But yeah, this is what we're left with. Hi guys, also, and literally almost forgot. So I'm just gonna show you some of the things that I like to put with my wraps just in case you want any inspiration in that department. So obviously we've got the actual mix that we've just made. These are some sauces that I tend to put with them. Obviously you've got some Tobasco, Reggae sauce, this is so good. The Blue Dragon sweet chili sauce and also some Vegenaise. This tastes literally just like mayonnaise. I also like to pop some spinach with it. So I'll literally grab a wrap, spoon some in there, pop some sauces on, some spinach, and then pop some YouTube either on the TV or on my phone, and I'm honestly good to go. So yeah guys, thanks for watching this version of my cooking. Obviously if you want to see another video like this, then let me know. That was just obviously one of my meal ideas. I tend to have this like once a week or something like that, maybe even twice. So yeah, I hope you guys, my arm's shaking because this camera's so heavy, but yeah, I hope you guys really like this video, and until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye.